Right, so you're pushing the importance of wearing a mask once you actually are confirmed to have coronavirus, but it seems health experts are saying you should wear it even if you do not. Do you agree with that then, to protect yourself?
There are an awful lot of people that think it's the great thing to do all the time, but I can't help but think that if I hadn't been wearing a mask so much in the last 10 days or so, I really wonder if I would have gotten it. But I know, moving the mask around, getting it just right, I'm bound to put some virus on the mask that I sucked in. That's most likely what happened.
Dr. Emanuel here has a large number of baseless claims. She has hailed hydroxychloroquine as the so-called cure for the coronavirus. Yep. The Daily Beast has also identified her as a pediatrician with a history of making, quote, bizarre claims about medical topics and other issues, often claiming very questionable things.
Sex is a spiritual transaction. So when you're doing it by yourself, demons come and join you. When you're doing it in the right way in marriage, God watches over it.
The doctor in question is Stella Emanuel, and, well, boy, does she have some amazing theories under her belt. Let's just dive straight in with some help from the Daily Beast. Emanuel, a pediatrician and a religious minister, has a history of making bizarre claims about medical topics and other issues. She has often claimed that gynecological problems like cysts and endometriosis are in fact caused by people having sex in their dreams with demons and witches.
Yes.
And you know what? Who
are we to judge?
She's a doctor after all.
This doctor, yeah. I mean, there's probably at least a few people out there who have gotten cysts while also at the same time having dreams about fucking demons.
Yeah.
That's got to have some kind of correlation.
Doctor, it burns when I pee.
Did you
stop fucking demons in your sleep?
Yes.
You ever think about that?
Yes. Doctor, I tried to pee and it's just blood. Do you think it might be kidney failure? No. Have you had any recent dreams about fucking a witch?
Yeah.
You did watch Hocus Pocus. I see it on your Netflix list.
I will not give you medicine. You go home right now and you stop dreaming about those things. Also, that's going to be $1,000.
Yeah. The article continues, quote, she alleges alien DNA is currently used in medical treatments and that scientists are cooking up a vaccine to prevent people from being religious. And despite appearing in Washington, D.C. to lobby Congress on Monday, she has said that the government is run in part not by humans, but by reptilians and other aliens.
Whoa, she's really like checking every box of the crazy weirdo thing. Fucking
anti-vax.
Succubuses visiting you in your sleep.
Yeah, pro-reptilian government. It's really
reptilians, alien DNA.
Yeah.
I was going to say I wonder what she thinks of vaccines, but I know what she thinks of vaccines.
Yeah. The reptilians.
We know.
Anyways, well, very, very, very cool. Trump himself, he was asked about the video and what appeared to be his endorsement of the doctor during a press conference. And he basically just replied how he always does when some weird shit comes out regarding a person that he's signal boosted. I don't know her.
Ghislaine, I miss her. I wish her well.
Except for weirdly Ghislaine Maxwell.
I wish her well. I don't know why we're talking about her. I haven't heard anything about her in about 20 years, but wish her the best.
But literally anyone that he signal boosts or has worked with in the past that some shit comes out, barely knew him. Coffee boy.
Yeah.
She was on air along with many other doctors. They were big fans of hydroxychloroquine, and I thought she was very impressive in the sense that from where she came, I don't know which country she comes from, but she said that she's had tremendous success with hundreds of different patients, and I thought her voice was an important voice, but I know nothing about her.
Sadly, bringing you this breaking news on Herman Cain. We are just getting word that he has passed away due to coronavirus complications. We know that he had been hospitalized after he was diagnosed with COVID-19. The former presidential candidate and business executive has passed away. His website has put out a statement saying that we are heartbroken and the world is poor. Herman Cain has gone to be with the Lord. It begins, you're never ready for the kind of news that we're grappling with this morning, but we have no choice but to seek and find God's strength and comfort to deal with it. We know that he was hospitalized among one of the highest profile figures in the U.S. to have contracted the virus, and now he has passed away, a 74-year-old survivor of stage 4 colon cancer. He was a business executive, as you all know, board chairman of a branch of Kansas City's Federal Reserve Bank before moving into Republican politics and eventually becoming a presidential candidates. So the country will mourn the loss of Herman Cain, just getting word that he has passed away. John Roberts is live at the White House on that news this morning. John?
And the last time that I saw Herman Cain was at President Trump's rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He waved as he went by. And it was not long after that, June the 29th, that he was diagnosed with coronavirus and went to an Atlanta hospital. A month after being diagnosed, he remained on a ventilator, although people who were close to him were saying that it appeared as though he might be getting better. The word that went out was that his organs were strong, that they were trying to heal his lungs with an infusion of oxygen through a ventilator. But don't forget, Herman Cain did have some underlying conditions. Back in 2006, he had colon cancer, which had spread to his liver. He was also 74 years old, Sandra, which put him right at sort of at the apex of that high-risk group of people who sometimes do so badly with coronavirus. We also know that African Americans suffer severe coronavirus disease at a higher percentage than other people do as well. So I covered his presidential campaign back in 2012. He'll always be forever known as Mr. 999. When I was stationed in our Atlanta bureau, he was a frequent visitor, as well as he was a contributor to Fox News. That is, until we got the remote camera put into his home in Stockbridge, and then he no longer had to make the drive to Atlanta. But the sad news this morning that after a long battle, much of it on a ventilator with coronavirus, Herman Cain finally succumbed to the illness and has passed away this morning at the age of 74. Missed by a lot of people.
When he passed away, he was co-chair of the Black Voices for Trump. He had attended the president's Tulsa rally in June. Right. Obviously, that was one of the last times that we had seen him publicly. He was hospitalized for about a month. But, John, to go back to your point, as of an update from his team via Twitter, Facebook, and his website yesterday, he was still hospitalized, but he was being treated for oxygen. The doctor said his organs and systems were still strong. Unfortunately, as is this disease, it is unpredictable, and sometimes people feel better or appear to be better and then get worse. They even said he's really getting better, which means it's working. And
yeah, as I pointed out, they had put out that statement on Twitter about the fact that they thought that he was actually getting better. But as Dr. Mark Siegel will tell you, and Dr. Manny will tell you, what sometimes happens with people is they appear to be getting better, and then all of a sudden, because of a overactive immune system, they get something called a cytokine storm, which literally fills the lung with fluids, and they basically drown of their own lymphatic fluid entering the lungs. And I mean, he wouldn't have known what was happening to him, because when you're on a ventilator, you are put into a medical coma because you just couldn't stand having that tube down your throat and into your trachea, and the machine pumping your lungs. So he wouldn't have known what was happening to him, but so many people around him did. But I'm not saying that that's what happened, but that's what we have seen happen in many, many cases in people who are in a similar age and risk category as Herman Cain, that you could even look like you're getting better, and then all of a sudden you go south very rapidly, and death comes on very quickly as a result.
He had just started hosting a new show. He was very excited about it.
Yes.
But his website saying Herman Cain has gone to be with the Lord. And we mourn the loss of Herman Cain this morning, 74 years old. Had been admitted to the hospital a month ago due to COVID-19 diagnosis. John Roberts, if you could stand by at the White House for us.
Yeah, Sandra, if
Sure.
there's just one other thing I could point out. At that Tulsa rally, everybody who was going to get close to the president, and that would have included Herman Cain, and because I went through it myself, were tested for coronavirus disease. They had a couple of tents that were set up outside of the center there in Tulsa, and he would have tested negative at that point. Otherwise, he would not have been allowed into the rally. So something happened between Tulsa and the 29th where he contracted the virus. Not to say he got it at the rally. Yeah. There were some staffers who showed positive, some Secret Service who showed positive, both prior to the rally actually beginning and in the aftermath. Not to say that happened to Herman Cain, but it's likely that he would have been negative for coronavirus on that day because he would have been tested.
Would have been tested. He was hospitalized in Atlanta on July 1st. 2 days after being told that he had tested positive. So Herman Cain has left us, and as his website says, has gone to be with the Lord.
But it's crazy. Everybody there. Eddie Murphy, Salma Hayek, Michael Bay, everybody in my little house. And at that night is special because I got the game just coming up. He wants to come to the party, but my good friend is there. His name is Snoop. Snoop Crip, Game Blood. I'm like, oh shit. I haven't really hang with the game guy. The game guy says, I'm good. No, nigga, I'm good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be cool. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. So he shows up. He wore blue diamond-studded earrings to show respect to Snoop. They having a great time. Everything is cool. So we partying and shit. Next thing you know, my security comes to me. Party raging, right? In my beautiful white neighborhood. And my security comes and say, yo, Suge outside. I said, oh shit. He said, should I let him in? No, they can't let him in. He said, what we gonna do? Now mind you, this is not the Suge that was, that we see now. This was the venomous motherfucking shut the party down. Everybody run out Suge. When Suge would walk into the clubs, literally the DJ would pull the plug, roll that shit up and get the fuck out, because Suge was finna fuck shit at the height of his gangster.
I don't wanna stop your story. Keep that straight. I saw Suge Knight walk into the Vibe Awards with a cigar by himself, and the whole Vibe Awards ran out.
Right? Everybody.
I'm looking at Russell Simmons doing backflips, Alicia Keys running in the red dress.
I was
the
there.
man ain't say nothing.
I
he
was
walked in
there.
with a cigar, and the whole place ran.
That
The whole
motherfucker.
place.
That motherfucker looked like he had a redwood tree. That's how big he was and how big that fucking cigar was. I said, this thing got a redwood. He's smoking a
So
redwood.
they telling you he's at your front door.
Yo, they say, Suge outside. I can't let him in. He said, well, what you gonna do? I said, I'll deal with it later, but I cannot let him come in here. I got fucking Eddie. I got Snoop, and I got Snoop in the game. So I'm like, fuck that. So I go up to the game. I said, listen, I ain't trying to fuck your night up, but Suge Knight outside. Serious? Yeah. They don't say nothing, him and his boys. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what happened, but them motherfuckers creeped out the back of my house like on some. I said, oh my God, I don't know what the fuck they about to do. But they creeped out like on some yeah. I was like, oh shit. Here's the funny shit though. I go up to Snoop, right? Snoop is dancing just dancing, everybody around and girls, guys, whatever like that. Snoop is there. I say, yo, Snoop, I ain't trying to fuck your night up, but Suge Knight outside. Snoop don't even stop dancing. He just leaned over and go, you ain't gonna let him in, is you? I was like, nah, fuck it. And he went right back to dance. and some shit happened, little birdie. Next thing you know, a fucking helicopter is over my house. And they had to have some words with Suge. The night was saved. But then after that, of course, I had to call him and just be honest. The one thing a gangster always like is a few jokes and honesty. I said, nigga, I could not let you come into that motherfucking party. What you gonna scare Salma Hayek, Michael Beck? You can't. And he gave me the pass. He gave me a pass for about 6 months, because every 6 months I would have a Suge where I have to run from Suge. It was just a known thing every 6 months. Okay, it feels like it's a Suge.
You told me one time he came to the front of the house, you ran to the back of the house, jumped over the bushes, and he was standing there like, yo, I knew you'd be coming out here, Jay.
Bro, no, this is what happened. I was at a club. And I had on like a seersucker jacket with some open-toed shoes, not ready for combat at all. You feel me? And he's trying to get in the club. I don't know that the club owner didn't want Suge in the club and told Suge that Jamie Foxx said, you can't come in the club. So I'm just sitting in the club. People keep coming and say, yo, Suge outside. I'm like, that's great. I'll talk to him when he gets here. Then another nigga came on, yo, Suge outside. Oh, that's great. When he comes in, maybe we'll have a drink. And then somebody said, Suge. I said, wait a minute, this is weird. Then my boy called me and said, yo, he's driving up. Yo, Suge is outside. I'm turning around and going back home. I said, what? So I was like, wait a minute, something's off. So I sneak out the back with my boy Johnny Mac. We get in our truck, and as we're driving through the alley, I see Suge walk past the alley like the fucking missing link, I said, oh, that's him. So we had to go down the street. I gave my boy my phone. I said, listen, go talk to Suge and put Suge on the phone. So I went down the street. My boy bravely goes up to Suge and says, Fox want to talk to you.